Zombies, the dead in the graveyard. For thousands of years, every culture has feared the same moment when the dead no longer stay dead. From ancient ritual magic to modern science gone wrong, the idea of bodies rising from their graves has haunted humanity. Tonight, we open the gate, step into the cemetery, and follow the legends of the walking dead. This is Zombies, the dead in the graveyard. 1. The first rising, long before Hollywood created their flesh-eating monsters. Ancient civilizations already warned of the dead returning with unfinished business. In ancient Mesopotamia, clay tablets describe the Giddim, restless spirits crawling out of the ground to drag the living into darkness. Egyptians believed that improper burial allowed the Ikimusek, the unquiet dead, to rise and wander the desert forever. But one of the earliest written zombie-like resurrections appears in the Sumerian myth of Ishtar. When she descended into the underworld, she threatened, "I will raise up the dead to eat the living, and the dead will outnumber the living." The first zombie apocalypse, a warning written over 4,000 years ago. 2. Graveyard watchers for centuries. Graveyards were not peaceful resting places. They were battlegrounds. In medieval Europe, villagers feared the revenant, a corpse that climbed out of the grave at night to stalk those it hated. These bodies weren't imagined. Archaeologists uncovered burials where bodies were pinned with heavy stones, skulls were severed and placed between the legs, stakes were driven through the chest, not out of cruelty, but fear that the corpse would rise again. In England's Warren Percy village, skeletons were found deliberately mutilated after death, clear evidence that people genuinely believed the dead could return. 3. Voodoo and the real zombie. The modern concept of zombies has roots in Haitian Vodou, not as monsters, but as victims. According to legend, a sorcerer known as a boker could capture a person's soul and reanimate their body. These zombies were not bloodthirsty creatures. They were enslaved spirits, trapped between life and death. But then came the case that shocked the world, Clervius Narcisse. In 1962, villagers in Haiti watched him die. They saw his body buried, but 18 years later, he returned, claiming he had been turned into a real zombie, drugged, buried alive, and resurrected as a slave worker. Scientists investigating the case found powders containing tetrodotoxin from pufferfish hallucinogenic plants, neurotoxins that mimic death. This was the closest humanity ever came to a scientific zombie. 4. The science of the dead. Modern science, however, adds darker possibilities. Researchers have revived dead pig brains hours after death, neurons flickering back to life. In labs, parasites like Toxoplasma gondii can manipulate the behavior of their hosts, turning normal animals into mindless shells. A fungus named Ophiocordyceps infects ants and forces them to move, feed, and climb until the fungus erupts from their bodies. Real-life mind control, real-life zombification. Even rabies, one of the oldest viruses on Earth, causes aggression, biting behavior, and loss of higher brain function. The line between living and dead is not as solid as we once believed. 5. Graveyard encounters. Across the world, modern witnesses still report eerie encounters in cemeteries. In the 1970s, London's Highgate Cemetery became the center of chilling sightings, a tall figure with glowing red eyes drifting between the tombs. Police were called. Vigilante hunters searched at night. Whatever it was, it vanished into the graves. In New Orleans, locals speak of the Wandering Ones, apparitions seen walking between the crypts after hurricanes. Some swear they see full physical bodies staggering in the darkness. Are these spirits of the dead hallucinations, or something much older and much more physical? 6. The dead in the graveyard. Imagine this. A body rests beneath the soil, flesh cooling, heartbeat silent. But beneath the ground, cells continue to flicker. Nerves spark, muscles tighten long after death. Corpses can shift. They can move. They can rise an inch in their coffins as gases build and tendons contract. For ancient people, watching the earth move above a grave may have been proof enough. The dead were rising. From ancient curses to scientific experiments, from parasites to legends carved on stone tablets, the fear of the dead walking among us has never left humanity. Not because zombies are real, but because deep down, we know how fragile life is, how thin the line is between breath and silence, between the living and the dead. Thank you for watching this EchoVerse journey through the shadows. If you enjoyed this exploration into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because on this channel, the darkness is never far away.